defense designs are never validated in a boardroom. They're always validated in a battlefield. So I earlier also mentioned somewhere that this is the most policy enabling environment for the MSMEs, especially the defense MSMEs in the past decade.
Right. I'm going to start off by asking you a little bit about your journey per se. Ammunic Systems as a company has been registered since 2019, but
Correct.
you've been in active operations in the last couple of years. A cursory look at your website tells me that you are into, and this is where it gets tricky for me, you are into things like ammunition integration systems,
Correct.
you are into things like loitering munitions.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about the scope of work and why did you choose defense tech as your port of calling?
So, okay, Ammunic was more born out of purpose than a business plan. So when during my internship at DRDO, so I was very fascinated with explosive integration technologies and how we blast an explosive in layman's language. So how does this work? So it was very fascinating, and to see my first explosion live at the DRDO was very mesmerizing. You don't get to see everyday such sites. So yes, that's what gave me a sense of purpose that we have to do something like that.
To my mind, strategy at the boardroom level is not just about what you do, but what you take a call of not doing, right? So strategy is not just a bunch of things that you pick up for doing, but it's also about the kind of things that you consciously, intentionally stay away from.
Correct.
So with that background, could you tell us about one recent decision that you had to take and what were the trade-offs that you had to factor?
Okay, I think I already mentioned that there was in the past, like some months back, before this Operation Sindoor and all of this emergency procurement came into picture, we were getting quite a good of opportunities to for the fundraising. But that time I was very busy with the product trials and getting that gain and credibility of the user to understand our products and do the field trials here and there. So that is when I had to really decide as a founder that what should I really be doing, because if once you start the fundraising process, it usually takes 7 to 8 months at least.
And generally in companies with multiple founders, one founder looks at fundraising as a full-time exercise.
Correct. So in that perspective, I had to really take a decision that where my focus should be right now. But then eventually I was I actually took a decision that okay, fine, let's just go with for now the product credibility and the user trials, and this opportunity will hopefully be there once if our product gets proven, right? So that is one tough decision I had to make in the past, and ironically it really proved fruitful for us.
We talked a little bit about Operation Sindoor. Curious to know, did any of your products see action during that phase?
Okay, so we have all heard about loitering munitions.
Yes.
So of course our products saw action. I will not be able to get into too much details for the security reasons, but yes, the word loiter munition got a hype after that, and yes, our systems were used, and that's when we realized that we can do it, because your system can. I usually believe that defense designs are never validated in a boardroom. They're always validated in a battlefield. So once they get deployed, you get the power and the energy that yes, your systems could do it.
Walk us through the product line and where does Amunic basically do the value add?
Okay. So in layman's language, I'll make it simpler for everyone to understand. So basically, Ammunic system weaponizes all of the systems. So what happens is we weaponize a drone. So the attachment, the bomb attachment which goes inside, that's where we get into picture. So we basically make all the systems, like basically the brain of the bombs, fuses, that actually tells explosive when to initiate.
Understood.
Right, be it an impact base, or if the user wants, after this much time it should be initiated, or it should be initiated from this much height, whatever the specifications and the customizations are required. So we basically make fuses in general.
From your vantage point, What has really changed in India's defense procurement ecosystem, if you will?
Government has given a go-ahead for the emergency procurement to the Indian Armed Forces, capping at 40,000 crore. So, every day emergency procurement is happening, and the contract procurement time has also decreased to 40 days.
That's one of the reasons we are speaking now. Otherwise, we would have spoken maybe a couple of weeks.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So, so the contract timelines have also decreased to 40 days and deliveries within a year. Right. So everything is going on a really fast track process. So I earlier also mentioned somewhere that this is the most policy enabling environment for the MSMEs, especially the defense MSMEs in the past decade.
Right.
So why I would say that most of the schemes which government is trying to bring, they are very transformational. You can talk about Make 2 projects, or you can talk about the PIL list, or you can talk about the IDEX reforms. So they have really lowered the entry barriers for MSMEs, having great ideas, but earlier they had some kind of a restriction of a turnover maybe, or some kind of a purchase order earlier, because when you used to bid before that, so you need to have a particular kind of a turnover for it, or this much years of experience.
So the entry barriers are not as stringent as the ones used to be.
Not at all. So we just recently bid for one of the tenders which we never even thought about, that this is such a big amount and we can just do it.
What would be your top advice to young women who want to do something in the defense space?
Okay, just believe in yourself, and do not build for the brochures. Build a product and do not wait for a perfect product to be built. Just go with the flow, take the user feedback, because build with the user in mind. That has always been our USP at Ammunic Systems, that we have always seen user feedback as the major mindset of our building a system, because behind the desk we can build a very cool technology or something, but if it cannot be deployed in the field, it does not matter in defense. Right. So with that matter, and you need to stay focused and patience, because credibility in defense is not gifted, it's earned. You need to stay focused and patience, and eventually just think from the point of view that you are building for the nation, and you're building something that will outlast you, and you're building for the nation. So just do not try to make a perfect product. A product is never perfect.
Correct.
Right. So from that perspective, just keep going.
Just go from 0 to 1.
Yes.
Don't think about the
small
1 to 10
wins,
journey.
Small wins in defense actually compound faster than big promises.
I've tracked some of your recent public appearances, and you are generally, from what I've seen, on most of these panels, you are the only woman representative in some sense. Is that an opportunity? Is that a challenge? How do you look at it?
See, it's a double-edged sword. It's both ways, a coin has double sides to it.
Right.
So yes, of course, it's an opportunity for me to showcase that, every female out there looking up to me, that it's a message that, you are not less than anyone, and you can, of course, do it. And if I talk about the challenges, of course, there are challenges. To be there alone out there, and you usually should have an idol somewhere that you can look up to. In this case, I'm trying to find one person from the female background that I can really look up to, and
interesting.
Feel that way, that I want to become that. But when I search internet all over, of course in government there are a lot of female scientists, women scientists everywhere, but if I talk about defense entrepreneurship, you do not come across a lot of names, and that makes it a challenging situation as well, that how to take this forward, and am I going in a right direction, and everything is going fine. So it's both ways.
Hopefully you will be that person to a lot of young girls watching this podcast.